Here's our lost 1.7k trade in the Nasdaq this morning. So going into market open, I was leaning bullish. As you can see, overnight we've tapped into this daily bullish imbalance where we're now displacing away. And on the 1 hour, you can see we're now respecting bullish, disrespecting bearish, where we're opening up a line in bias PD arrays in the form of this 1 hour at market open. So all I was really looking for was manipulation lower into that 1 hour imbalance where we then get an inversion to the buy side to target our DOLs above. However, as you can see, market open and just sinks straight through this 1 hour showing no sign of respect. Given the displacement lower that we were now getting, I did have the idea of being bearish, and we were opening up this bearish 15 minute, which I was open to taking a continuation from if the structure was there. However, as you can see, we do end up displacing pretty heavily through that, where we open up this 5 minute sponsored gap, which is coming from this daily intermediate term low. This is where I now started to build a narrative around what this 15 minute attacks versus defends. This 15 minute imbalance is now attacking a very high resistant low whilst it's defending high time frame low resistance. So this is where I was open to taking a 5 minute continuation, even though we were already inside of that bearish 15 minute. And if we go on the low time frame, you can see we end up trading into that bullish 5 minute where we get a 30-second inversion. So this is where I took my position long, going for a simple 1RR, but as you can see, this does end up going on to lose. Now I think there's a few key takeaways from this losing trade. The first one is that we had not yet traded below the 10 AM open. This means that our current PO3 has done absolutely no manipulation. And the second one is I think I was getting way too caught up on the seconds charts at this point, because if you go on the 1 minute, you can see that this low resistance that I'm targeting is really just two failure swings. And if you look at it in a non-mechanical sense, this accumulation really is not substantial at the minute. And I think the main reason this went on to lose is simply because I'm longing into a void of price action. At this point, the next DOL is over 50 points away. And with the slowing of price that we were now getting, the likelihood of us getting up to that DOL is very unlikely.